Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the final episode of Quest for Glory 2. This is going to be real exciting. We're going to hit the end game, and we got a bunch of honor because we looked at a woman while she was changing.
Got a bunch of honor. We can now finally go back home and become the heir to the throne of the Fire Nation.
Oh yeah, we're also almost close to finishing off Avatar.
Yeah, if the connection will let us do that.
Yeah, which is a shame because we're like at the final stretch, the four-part finale. Uh, and we ended it off by watching the play filler episode.
Which wasn't bad. I mean, it's quite a good. I had quite a few laughs with that.
Yeah, I mean it's nowhere near as bad as the fucking beach episode or the one where the two tribes that were neighbors to each other try and cross the canyon.
Yeah, I mean, okay. First of all, remove that stick from your behind. I don't. When you say it's nowhere near as bad, it implies it is bad. I don't think it's bad at all. I think it was quite a good episode for a filler. No, especially for a filler. I think it's quite good. I mean, they actually managed to poke fun at the quirks of the series in a pretty decent way. You know, it is. So you're really gonna end this series on episode 13?
Why are you one of those superstitious ones that are like, oh my god, 13 is an unlucky number. The whole world's gonna come to an end.
Yes, I'm throwing piles of salt behind me right now. I actually have a dedicated salt bowl specifically for throwing behind me.
I can't remember if it's you're supposed to throw it over your shoulder, but I can't remember if it's a specific shoulder you have to throw it over.
Yeah, let's consult it about Ichabod Crane about that.
I'm sure nothing bad will happen to him ever.
Yeah, have you seen that specific movie? A specific short.
Are you talking about the Disney adaptation or a different one?
Yeah, the Disney one. It's pretty. The song is pretty great.
I've never seen it, or if I did, I was like 4 or something, so I don't remember.
Yeah, it's actually. I mean, it's not a long. It's not a long.
Yeah, it's not a long movie because I think they paired it with another short movie, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's not a feature-length movie, but it is paired up in the same package with I think Adventures of Mr. Frog. Mr. Frog is an asshole.
Yeah, I saw some highlights and some stuff of the Wind in the Willows of Mr. Frog getting a car, and it's like, Jesus fuck, how could anyone be this guy's friend?
Yeah, like he absolutely deserves to lose everything he has because he's an absolute. He's just a menace to the people around him.
He has the need for speed, and he doesn't give a shit how he gets it. He just has to fucking fly down the roads and running everybody over.
In all fairness, like the guy should be sectioned. Mr. Frog should just be sectioned.
Well, especially when he starts putting like a fucking car every time he thinks of it.
Yeah.
But speaking of playing RPG video games, and to immediately date this video, I've been playing Avowed.
What are you talking about? that game is gonna be remembered for decades to come.
Yeah, well, unfortunately not, because the main problem with it is that I was thinking about why it doesn't feel like a good RPG, like just to play. And I came to the conclusion that it's basically because it's Oblivion, but with the gameplay mechanics of Operation Anchorage from Fallout 3, which is, for those who don't know, the worst DLC for Fallout 3. And
Yeah,
the main reason, well, the main
I have
reason
no.
being is that in Operation Anchorage, it's a simulation, so they made it so that way you're on a very strict one-way path, and um, all the items and objects you can interact with highlight, and you can't interact with anything else.
Oh, joy.
And that's more or less what uh, About does, because you can't steal, you can't harm NPCs, um, and there's a very specific and dedicated way to do blacksmithing and upgrading of your equipment and stuff, which they don't tell you until you leave the town, your first town. And basically what you have to do is you have to set up camp, and then once you set up camp, it immediately goes to night, and then you can upgrade your stuff or talk to your companions and what have you. Like, it's very weird. Let's see. What else was there about? Also, the game's not very hard. Like, I'm playing on the hardest difficulty, and yes, I'm dying a lot, but there's a lot of issues that make it super easy. Like, if you lose all your health, you get a second wind chance.
Isn't
Also,
the art
hmm,
isn't the art direction also absolute ass?
yeah, I don't like the designs of a lot of things, but it's very much a very pastel-y, bright world, and uh, I guess the other issue that I have is that pretty much all the characters that you talk to don't talk like they're from a medieval Europe or adjacent sort of setting. They talk about like they've been written by Joss Whedon, so they're constantly making quips and being sarcastic.
Lovely. They have excessively modern
Yeah.
speech too. It's like whenever you well, actually I can think of a good frame of reference right here. But I mean, for all of its faults in gameplay and gameplay and what else? Interface and plenty of things really. At least Oblivion at least has. I mean, the people mock the dialogue a lot, but it is dialogue that is somewhat consistent with the world it's trying to create. No,
Yeah. I think my main issue with the way that they do uh the game so far is that it's like they offload a whole bunch of shit onto you, like, oh yeah, the Alinor of the Calabindor attack the Feywilds, and it's like, what the fuck is anything going on right now? So they
am I did I download Final Fantasy 13 by accident?
Yeah, so they give you a dump truck of info dumping right at the very beginning of saying all these things that none of this makes sense until you actually start playing the game, in which point uh, you're being spoon-fed some of the information. And it takes so fucking long. Like, I'm about 3 hours in, and I've pretty much figured out like a few major details, like why we're even at the island to begin with. Basically, we are an emissary of the king, and we are there to figure out why the Dream Scourge is spreading the way that it is. Because the living lands, which is where we are, um, which is a bit of a redundant statement to call it the living lands, unless you're talking about like it was once a desert or something. But anyway, the main thing about it is that the living lands is like aggressive to anybody who's there. So like vines will just sprout out of nowhere and just attack people or whatever, or at least that's what it's implied. Oh no. It's Adavis. He's trying to hypnotize us to help him out. And all he wants is just a friend.
That's why I have ambushed you here. Be my BFF, please.
Yeah, and apparently the Dream Scourge in the game causes people to grow like mushrooms out of their face and go crazy and go chaotic evil. So it then begs the question why in the character creation selection, when you choose a God Touch mark, the options are either, a little butterfly decoration on the face or have an entire tree growing out of your fucking head. And that's the thing, people will comment on it in-game, even if you turn that option off, because that's a major point of your character, is that you're God-touched. Yeah, it's like, it overlaps with how this Dream Scourge works as well. And it's like, so, like, immediately we should be killed on sight for being, like, Dream Scourged, right? Like, you would think.
Why so?
Well, because the Dream Scourge causes mushrooms to appear out of your face and act crazy and kill people, right? And we have something that looks like Dream Scourge.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like, oh yeah, it would be like if there was a disease that turned somebody into a fucking ravenous bear, and then we just happen to be a big hairy man. Like, you'd think people would just immediately be hostile and try and get you out of the fucking village or something, right?
I don't know. They might just think you're Bulgarian.
Yeah, maybe.
Or one of those Mexican guys with like that over. Like there's that family in Mexico that has
the werewolf gene or something like that. I think is what they called it, right?
Yeah, entire family that has hair all over the body. So.
Aw, Adavis. He's so mean. For 1,000 years in a year. So today's the day. And then there's a Forbidden City. And a hero from the north, which is us. When moonlight shines between the dragon's jaws and is caught and held there by the scorpion's claws. Oh, but we need to get in there now, but apparently, the rhyme says that we have to do it today, or else it'll never happen. And this is weird because, what you're supposed to do is reflect the moonlight onto the door. And we do that by using the mirror. And if you don't do it fast enough, Adavis will just straight up kill you. Alright, one statue of Iblis coming right up.
Drop it on his ass. For a few moments, your mind is overwhelmed by a squalling, rolling wind.
Yeah, there's a bit of a wind tunnel going on here, but it's lucky for us that we have our magic lamp. Haha! I knew it would come in handy. Yeah, and there's the wind tunnel right there. So we can cast Force to break it. And now there's no more wind. Huzzah. And this is a bit of an annoying thing. It has a bit of that adventure game logic to it, where you have to jump on the log at just the right time. And then jump off at just the right time. And if you do either of them incorrectly, you die. So. Few saves and reloads I had to do there.
At least it's not like the stairs in King's Quest, it seems.
Yeah, I have no idea why they designed it so badly in King's Quest 4 that the stairs had to be like that.
Like it's so notoriously the worst part of those games that fans even made like the stair quest.
Yeah.
There's a parody game entirely based on King's Quest stairs, and designed to be as atrocious and infuriating as it is to climb stairs. Well, to general do climbing in King's Quest.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of annoying stairs, this is kind of like that, where you have to kind of navigate around and make sure you don't touch the lava. Though, thankfully, since it's an RPG, all it does is just take away a bunch of health instead of just kill you outright. And, this puzzle, I don't actually know how exactly you're supposed to figure it out. Not this part. Getting through the door, I mean. Because you're basically supposed to speak the word of, the true god or something like that. Oh yeah, the name of power. And I had to look this one up because it's like something really weird.
Go, baby. You say Henshin a go, baby.
That's a game I wouldn't mind Let's Playing, Beautiful Joe. That was good.
Yeah. I've never finished, like, I did a push to, I played it quite a bit at one point, but then I got to Leo and couldn't get past him.
Shoot, which one was Leo? I forgot all their names.
The one with fire in fire coming out of his head.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think that was in the submarine level, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you got really close to the end then.
Yeah, I got, like, it's that gauntlet when you fight all the bosses in the game, and then you fight Leo,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where basically where I stopped because I couldn't get past him. So what's the deal here?
Basically he teleported in, froze me, and then stole the thing of Iblis, and now he's going to kill me. But of course,
why exactly did he? So why exactly did he need you to come all the way here?
Basically to clear out all the traps and solve the puzzles.
If he can, how so? If he can just teleport all the way here, why did he need that?
I would assume that it would be like one of those things where it's like, oh, he needs to know exactly where it is to teleport to, and he had a lock on us kind of thing. That's like my only guess.
It's basically like it's something you have to. It's headcanon. It's headcanon. You have to create to create. The player has to create to justify it.
Yeah, basically.
It's so absolute nonsense.
Ooh, but there's a small golden ring here. Let's take it.
He who waits behind. Rub the ring.
Yeah, we rub the ring and out pops a genie!
The cotton candy genie.
Mm-hmm. Except this is a really shitty genie because there's very specific rules to his wish-granting powers. Yep, that's all he can do. He can either give us health, give us a major stat increase, or teleport us. And we only have 3 wishes.
Wish for intelligence.
Yep. And basically what he does is that he boosts your skill that you wish for by 50, which is the only way to go past the 200 cap in this game.
Sweet. Are you gonna ask for any other skill to be agility? Agility, I think.
Well, yeah, because we got 3 wishes, and one of them has to be used to teleport. So, we'll bump up our agility to 250 as well. So, there we are. 250, fantastic. Wish for Iblis. Oh, not exactly like that. I wanted you to take me to Iblis.
So, if you perhaps go with strength instead, like if you get your strength to 250, how much of an impact does it have in combat?
I would imagine a fair bit, but it's sort of like strength is used to see how much damage you deal in, dealing damage, whereas our intelligence is for, like, our magic use, so how much damage we do with magic and how much, spell points that we have and stuff. Also, this fucking genie is useless. I just want to teleport, goddammit.
Wish to teleport outside.
There we go. By that really weird fucking phrasing of that word. Or that, wish for teleport to Iblis. There we go. Finally.
Goodness.
Oh, and he couldn't teleport us into the room. He had to teleport us outside of the fucking castle. God damn it.
Let's prepare to attack the palace. Well, since you got agility, I imagine you're pretty dodgy. Like,
yeah, pretty dodgy and pretty smart. So I'm sure we could figure out this puzzle no problem. And by that I mean I had to save and reload a lot. So this is at an area where I think on my first playthrough I had to reload a lot simply because that guard at the top is pretty annoying to get past, because if he turns around, he just has like an immediate line of sight to everything. Like, it's not like a cone shape like in other stealth games. And let's see. And apparently you can fight Kavin here, or Kavin, but we are a wizard, so we have the alternate option to cast Calm on him instead. And that's supposed to be the correct option, because every time I tried to go down to try and fight him, he just calls the guards.
Okay, everybody, line up. I'm just gonna kill every single one of you one by one, okay? Let's do it like civilized men.
Unfortunately, no. And unfortunately, we're on a very strict timer, so we have to cast Trigger to blow open the trap that's on the door. And then we cast Open, because it is locked. And now we have to sprint up the stairs.
I wouldn't say the color choice here is very pleasing. It's way too much blue.
Yeah. Too many cool colors, and the warm colors are a bit too contrasting, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of jarring. I don't know. Some greens and yellows would be nice too.
Alright, we gotta deal with this statue, so we cast Trigger on its face. There we go. And...
Why is the genie appearing like, just to talk to you?
Because he's in the ring that we have, right? So...
Yeah, but... Oh, wow.
Yeah, good thing we cast Reversal before we entered this room, or else we would have been turned into a dinosaur and then burnt alive. But we can't hit Adavis directly, because he also has Reversal. So we have to cast it on the wall and then burn him alive. Huzzah.
Drop his bowl of soup. It's extra hot soup, so it's just...
Oh, but that was only part of the prophecy. Here's the real prophecy. Because as we all know, a prophecy just can't be wrong. It's always correct, no matter what.
You were talking about like the prophecy in like the Avowed one game, and I was thinking about like how played out the whole prophecy thing is in games like Elder Scrolls, for example.
Yeah,
and I was
but at least with the Elder Scrolls, it makes sense, because it's literally named after the game. Like, all the prophecies come from the Elder Scrolls.
But it could have... I don't know. I thought for a while that would be interesting to have something like a game where you have, for example, a prophecy without a hero. You know?
Yeah.
Just we know this event will happen.
What, like a Ragnarok kind of thing, or well, I guess that also involved heroes.
Yeah.
But then again, a lot of them die in that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is like you have that event that is bound to happen. We know that it will happen sometimes, and but well, first of all, when it happens is unclear, and there isn't a clear hero to take charge of those events. You know, you can just. So I think it would be a decent way of making a story of a game just unintrusive.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Also, it's interesting that us putting the water elemental into the fountain just immediately fixed all the cracks in the city.
Yeah. It's like when you defeat Scar in Lion King, and immediately the weather just.
Yeah, the weather goes to shit, everything dies. But then as soon as he's overthrown, everything gets better.
Yeah, the weather. The gods stopped punishing the land.
But I think the only game I can really think of off the top of my head that did something interesting with the whole prophecy thing was... oh fuck, what was it called? It was a, basically a dime a dozen action RPG from the early to mid 2010s.
Japanese, Western?
Western. It was like Reconnaissance or something like that. Basically, the main thing that I remember about it is that Grant Kirkhope did the music for it.
Was it Kingdom of Amalur?
That might be it, yes.
Let me just search real quick.
But basically the idea behind it is that there was the prophecy that, you know, things would happen. But it was also prophesized that there would be one who would deny the prophecy and change the root of destiny.
Yeah, well, there's Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning.
That's it, Kingdom of Amalur.
So yeah. Okay. I actually have there was Steam released the Re-Reckoning, which I'm not sure. I'm quite sure what it is. I think it's just a remaster.
Yeah, probably an HD update. Honestly, they're just calling it something fancy and stupid to try and sell more copies. Because to be fair, like I said, it was a dime a dozen RPG. Like, it was easily forgotten.
Yeah, I recall that there was a massive controversy about this. I think in the What Happened series, Matt goes into detail like what happened, but there was a massive controversy in regards to the financing of that game.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because
it was
some
financed by EA, so it doesn't surprise me.
But also, apparently there was an issue because the game also had received some money from the city hall, city council, or whatever. American city stuff. No, council will be in the UK.
Yeah, city hall is fine.
Yeah, and the city administration things. They received that, and then the game. I gotta rewatch that video just to refresh my memory on what was the. But yeah, there was a serious issue with in regards to how they financed the game and how basically they couldn't give a return.
Mm-hmm.
I have that game actually on. I have the remastered version on. Let's see.
Now, there's a bit of a plot hole with what just happened here on screen. For the Dispel Potion in this game to work, we need a hair from the creature that is going to be taking the Dispel Potion. Where did we get the hair off a dinosaur?
What? You plucked it from its nose.
Do lizards have nose hairs?
I have no...
Because I have a feeling the answer to that is no.
Yeah, I would be surprised if lizards have hair at all.
I don't know, maybe unless spines count. Or scale.
Kingdom of Amalur Re-Reckoning is localized in French and German. Pretty nice.
Anyway, so because we did all the things and got all the honor, we are now proclaimed a paladin.
The Fares have accepted you.
Well, actually, Rakesh here is from the Savannah Plains. In a more Egyptian sort of way.
So he's a furry anyway?
Well, he's a lion tar, so he's half lion, half man, half lion. He's 3/4 lion, 1/4 man. How about that? And now we got a nice flaming sword. Huzzah. And what's weird is that because we went over the 500 total points, they bumped it up to 550 possible points we could have found. And unfortunately, it says they're make a save for Quest for Glory 3 Shadows of Darkness. However, there is a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff that happened where... long story short, that is not the third game in the series. It is the fourth game in the series. They decided to make a game in between for whatever reason. We shall call this Filipino. .save. Yeah, and the game will repeatedly announce that Quest for Glory 3 Shadows of Darkness is coming, but unfortunately it'll be Shadows of Glory 3 Wages of War that comes out instead.
Shadows of Glory.
But we'll get to the reasoning as to why Quest for Glory 3 came out before Quest for Glory 4, like chronologically, I mean, like in terms of why they went with Wages of War over Shadows of Darkness. But in the meantime, we'll have our Watching the Moon pass over with our friend Barney the Dinosaur.
So, you didn't break the curse anyway? What the hell?
No, we did. This is a different Barney the Dinosaur.
Okay. It's just confusing.
Let's see, what else was there? Oh, and I'm going to take a bit of a break from Quest for Glory 2. That doesn't mean I'm going to be taking a break from Let's Playing or whatever, but I just wanted to play some other games as well.
Well, a break from Quest for Glory, you mean, because you
yeah, that's
Quest
what I said, right?
Yeah, no, you said Quest for Glory 2.
Oh yeah,
2 is finished.
Yeah.
So yeah, unless you want to redo the Let's Play, that would be taking a break for sure.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, taking a break from Quest for Glory in general. But don't worry, it'll be back. But with that, that will be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time. Have a nice night.
Bye-bye.